Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's Raymond Martinez from RaymondMartinezSenior.com, and I help people worry less and live more. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit of, I guess, kind of a personal development category. We're going to talk about the best and bravest question to ask in a job interview. Okay, so I'm not too fond of jobs. Okay, I'm not too crazy about you having to go out there and actually get a job, right? Uh, what I do, I don't have a job. I do work, and I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, but not everybody is cut out to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is cut out to do what I do, and so that means some of you are going to have to actually go out and get a job, right? And work for somebody else. Well, because I'm here to help you, I'm here to help people worry less and live more. And so I'm here to help you in any way that I can. And so if you find yourself that you are having to go out there and apply for a job, then hopefully this information that I'm going to share with you that I came across will help you so that you can uh, have a better chance of landing that perfect job that you found or that you want. Okay, you know, you go to an interview, and if you think about it, there's something that we all wish we knew at the end of the interview, but we rarely ask what we want to know. And the one thing that we want to know at the end of the interview is, how did we perform? How did we do? Right? We want to know if there's anything that the interviewer didn't like about us. I think that's the one thing that really bugs us. That we want to know: is there anything that he or she didn't like about me? You know, and we want to know because if it's something minor, or if it's something that can be explained, you know, we're like, if we only knew, we could explain. We could explain why we are the way we are, or why we, talk the way we talk, or whatever, whatever it is, right? And so a lot of times we end up leaving the interview, and we have feelings of uncertainty, right? Well, here's a simple solution to that dilemma, and that is to ask. Ask. Ask the interviewer, okay? Now, you could ask him or her, hey, before I leave, just kind of wondering, what didn't you like about me? Okay, you could do that, but it's not going to come off as well, or as professional. Okay, here's an example of a question that you can ask, or a way that you can word it. You can say something like, having met me, do you think that I am a potential benefit for this position? And do you have any reservations at this stage? Okay, asking the interviewer why they wouldn't hire you might feel a bit uncomfortable at first, but the question can provide huge benefits, okay, and give you an advantage over your competition, over those other applicants who are also waiting in line to be interviewed. Okay. So there's 6 benefits that I'm going to share with you on asking this question. Okay, on simply asking the interviewer, do you think that I'm a potential match for this position, and do you have any reservations at this stage? Okay, here's 6 benefits to asking that. Number 1 is that it gives you a voice. Okay, leaving an interview with no concerns about your match for the position you're applying is an ideal conclusion for any interview. Okay, just get out of there, and as quick as you can. But simply asking this question, you might uncover some potential reservations that you will be able to easily counter with uh, more information or maybe relevant work examples. Okay, depending on whatever the reservation is. Okay, yeah. Keep in mind that the average interview lasts anywhere from 45 minutes up to an hour. Okay, and so sometimes there's a reservation about something that was talked about in the interview uh, that can that was not fully discussed during the time of the interview. And so here at the end of the interview, by you asking this question, then this reservation can come up, and then you can say, well, let me explain that, or let me give you some more information, about that job that I had, with this company or whatever. Okay. The second benefit is that it demonstrates openness. Okay. Asking for feedback at the end of the interview indicates that you are a straightforward, approachable, and a good communicator. Okay. Individuals who are open to feedback, constructive criticism. Okay. Uh, those type of people tend to also build good collaborative work relationships. And so the interviewer is looking for all these things, and they're going to see these things in you, and all these things are attractive employee qualities that they're looking for. And so that's gonna get their attention even more about you because they're going to see that. Okay. Number 3 is it highlights your focus on personal development. Okay. Now, whether you got the appointment of this interview, whether you got it directly, which you went and applied yourself and that you got called, or maybe you went through some sort of employment agency, or and they're the ones who got the appointment for you and set it up for you and everything. It doesn't matter how you got to the job interview. The fact of the matter is that there's always a cost attached to hiring a new person. Okay, you've got time, you've got resources that need to be invested not only in the interview, but also in the stages that come after the person is hired on getting them on board with the organization. Okay, so by simply asking this question, the reservation question, do you have any reservations at the stage? By simply asking that part, it highlights a mindset of someone who is proactive, someone who is focused on consistent self-improvement. Okay, so the interviewer is going to look at that, and so they're going to think, that by employing you, okay, by employing, someone with this type of mindset, then that means that they are likely to develop in a role and within the company that provides a strong return on their investment. Okay, and so that's what they're looking for. So it's not, in other words, it's not going to be a waste of time and money for them to be sitting with you through this interview and then going through the time and money to pay you for training, or whatever needs to be done, and then you're not going to contribute to the business. You're not going to contribute to the organization. Okay, so they don't want that. Okay, so by you showing this, then that shows them that you're willing to adapt, you're willing to improve, whatever needs to be done, so that you can be a fit. All right. Number 4, it reinforces your interest. Okay. Again, you want to show an interest in the position that you're applying for. Uh, it doesn't matter how strong your application is. It doesn't matter how well written your resume is. It doesn't matter how well the interview went. Okay, simply by conveying a genuine enthusiasm for the position that you're applying for is essential to achieve a successful outcome. Okay, you have to stop and think. Keep in mind that no interviewer, no decision maker is going to want to extend a job offer to someone who appears less than 100% committed. Okay, you have to show enthusiasm. You have to show that you are 100% committed to the position that you're applying to, and that you will do what it takes to be 100%, to give 100% in return, okay, for their time, for their resources that they're going to invest in you. All right. Number 5, it shows confidence and professionalism. Okay. Keep in mind that how you conduct and portray yourself during the interview paints a picture to the interviewer of how you will present yourself uh, to internal colleagues, your coworkers, and also how you would present yourself to external clients, okay, the customers. The interviewer is going to be judging whether you will be a passive employee or a confident, active team participant. Okay, and so by asking this question, then it helps the interviewer be able to make a better uh, determination of your confidence and your professionalism. Okay, it's important to keep in mind that the questions that you ask in an interview are as revealing as the answers that you give. Okay, a lot of times, the interviewer is going to have questions for you, of course, but a lot of times the questions that you ask say a lot more. Okay, and number 6, it gives you peace of mind. Okay, so rather than wondering, okay, what impression you made, whether you provided sufficient details, okay, you'll know, okay, by asking the question, you'll know that you have done everything possible to influence the outcome of the interview. All right. Okay. One last thing. Keep in mind that even though you asked this question, the interviewer might not be forthcoming with their thoughts. Okay. The question might catch them by surprise. Okay, because they probably won't even be expecting this question to be asked. Most of the time, the questions they're gonna probably receive are, what are the hours that I'm going to be working? What days am I going to be working? What is the starting pay that I'm, things like that. Those are probably the most common questions that they're going to be expecting you to ask if it wasn't covered already in the job description or the interview. Uh, those are typical questions. But you come out with something like this. Do you think I'm a potential match for this position? And do you have any reservations at this stage? That's going to catch them by surprise. They're not expecting that. Okay. So, they may be taken aback a little bit by that. Okay. So they may not know what to say. You may catch them off guard and and now they don't know what to say. That might happen. Or there simply just isn't anything to say. There's simply not anything that they can say at this point, and so they're not going to uh, answer the question or be able to really give you a lot of information. Maybe more that maybe what you were searching for. Okay. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that regardless of how the interviewer answers your question, it's important to remember that asking the question will impress the interviewer, and it will help deliver a positive interview experience for you. Okay, so I hope this information was helpful for you. I hope that you got some benefit out of it. Um, for more information about our services and about coming to work with me, if you'd rather do that instead of having a job, be sure to visit www.gotoraymond.com and look over our services and what it is that we do. And the link is included in the description of the video. And again, if you got value out of this, you got some benefit, you learned something, hit the like button. Okay, hit the like. Leave me a comment what you liked best about the information presented here, and share it. With those that you know. Share it with your friends and family. Okay, because if you benefited from it, then more than likely someone else will also benefit from it. All right. Well, with that in mind, I hope you have a good day, and until next time, have a blessed day.